Welcome back. We are doing lesson 20 in Wit and Wisdom. Remember, our overall essential question is, how do animals use their unique features? We discovered their unique features. All right. Our focus question is, how do seahorses use their unique features? And our content framing is, how does Seahorse, the shyest fish in the sea, build my knowledge? All right, so let's get started. Let's go ahead and get into our fluency. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me hide that bar. Let me get rid of that. And let's go right here. So our fluency homework, let's read over it together. All right. Seahorse, the Shyest Fish in the Sea by Chris Butterworth. Seahorse has a head like a horse, a tail like a monkey, and a pouch like a kangaroo. Seahorse swims upright. He moves himself through the water with the little fins on his head and the larger one on his back. Now think about that. The seahorse, what does his head look like? Like a horse, and his tail looks like a monkey, and his pouch looks like a kangaroo. Good job. And I know you've been reading and practicing that every day to build that fluency up. Wonderful job, guys. So let me here. I'm going to stop sharing. All right. So with that being said, I want to remind you that all the learning and thinking we have done each day while reading The Seahorse, what it has helped us answer. It has helped us answer the focus question. Now remember, our focus question is, how do seahorses use their unique features? We have talked about their tails, we've talked about their eyes, and we've talked about their pouches and the camouflage aspect of the seahorse. We've talked about all these things, how they help the seahorse survive on its own. So you did a lot of thoughtful learning throughout this lesson. But before we discuss all the different ways that the seahorse teaches us about their features, we're going to watch a video about a seahorse in action, okay? Now, I know we've learned a lot about seahorses over the past several lessons, but there's still some new information that we're going to explore with this. So we're going to read a new part of the book to build our knowledge, okay? So I'm going to read a new part of our book, page 29. Okay, let's see here. 26. About seahorses, okay? And this is called About Seahorses. I'm reading this up here. It says, the seahorse in this book are Barber seahorses. You can see other kinds of seahorses on the pages at either end of the book. Marine zoologists think there are 35 seahorse species, but they may still find others. Many kinds of seahorses need protecting. Millions die each year when they are taken from the seas to be sold and when humans disturb the quiet waters where they live. Okay, and then let's see if we can find the pygmy seahorse. If I'm looking right here, the pygmy seahorse is this right here. Look how small it is. Pygmy is a smaller seahorse. That's the one we're going to be looking at. All right. That's the one we're going to watch a video on. And if you notice, we've got the Pacific seahorse, the thorny seahorse, the short snout seahorse, the dwarf seahorse, the spotted seahorse. We've got the Barber seahorse. That's what our lesson was about. the short-nosed seahorse, the lemur tail, the zebra, the long-snouted, and the great seahorse. So there's all kinds of seahorses in this book. So let me take it back to our video. So I'm going to share my screen with you. All right. So let me move this. We'll take it here to our video. All right. This is called Pygmy Seahorses Master of Camouflage. Master of Camouflage. All right. And I want you to pay close attention to it. And I want you to listen carefully because I'm going to ask some questions afterwards. Okay.
This is a pygmy seahorse. It's one of the smallest species of seahorses in the world, smaller than a paperclip. Camouflage is critical to their survival. It's how they hide from predators. The seahorses are too small and too fragile to make it on their own. So unless they find a place that they fit in perfectly, they'll die. So the pygmy seahorses spend their entire adult lives on a type of coral called a sea fan. Orange pygmy seahorses live on orange sea fans. Purple seahorses live on purple sea fans. But here's the mystery. Do they search for a coral that matches their color, or do they change their color to match the coral? To explore that question, you have to watch the process unfold, and no one had ever done that until this year. Biologists went to the Philippines and collected a mating pair of orange pygmy seahorses from a sea fan 80 feet below the surface. They rushed them back to the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco, and for the first time in an aquarium, the pygmy seahorses survived. The scientists watched the male and female seahorses performing the courtship dance. They saw baby seahorses pop out of their father's brood pouch. The babies all started out a dull brown color, so scientists wanted to know what would happen if they provided a purple sea fan to the offspring of orange seahorses. And they got their answer. The babies turned purple. They grew calcified bumps called tubercles to match the coral's texture. And there they stayed. We humans tend to think of who we are as mostly fixed, but in the ocean, identity can be a fluid and mysterious thing.
Very cool, huh? That was a neat video. All right, so let's think about that. What information did you get from that video? Well, we know camouflage is very critical for the seahorse so they can survive, so they can hide from the predators that want to eat them. We know they spend their entire lives on this coral, don't they? And the male and female, they have a dance every day. Baby seahorses pop out of their father's pouch, and we saw that. And the babies start out as a dark brown color, but then if you give them a coral that is a different color, they change to match that coral, right? That is awesome. That was a lot of information that we got from that video, wasn't it? Yes. So thinking about that information from the video, is it the same information that we had in the text? It's a little different, isn't it? It's a little bit different. Let's think about the text for a moment. Why do you think the author decided to write the book about seahorses? Well, maybe because the author likes the ocean, possibly. Do you think maybe that he likes the seahorses? True. Or maybe he wanted to let everybody know more about seahorses and how they survive out in the oceans, right? And their survival. Good. Okay. So now, let's think a minute again. What new information have we learned about the seahorse's features? What have we learned about so far about the seahorse? We know they change colors for camouflage. They have a bony exoskeleton, meaning the outside of their body is bony. And that not many fish want to eat it because it's so bony. It likes to hide. It's not very social, is it? It's very shy. It sucks things up through its nose, its snout. It has beady eyes. Has a pouch, the male does, to deliver the babies. What else can you think of about a seahorse? I'm sure you can come up with a few more things than I've just listed. And they're all excellent ideas. So now what I would love for us to do is let's get our knowledge journal out. Get your journal out and your pencil, and we're going to do what I know and what I can do. All right, so you get that journal out. We're going to write a few things in our journal right now. So let me put that up here on our board. Make sure to label your pages. You got pages. What I know. And what I can do. Okay, what I know and what I can do. So what do we know about seahorses? They have lots of different features, don't they? Lots of different features. Good. What else do we know about seahorses? They use camouflage. Seahorses use camouflage. Awesome. So what is it I can do then? I can use an index. I can use an index. What else can you do? You can use details in your writing. I can use details in my writing. Every time we write an informative paragraph, we have to add facts and details. Good. So now make sure that you have these on the 2 pages in your book and they're labeled what I know. We know seahorses, they have lots of different features. We also know seahorses camouflage. What can I do? I can use an index and I can also use details in my writing. So make sure that is in your journal. Do not turn that into me. I don't need that, okay? That's just for your benefit, okay? That is your knowledge journal. So now that we're done with that part of our lesson, I need you to bring up your vocabulary assessment, and you have a sheet that I am going to show you, so let me erase this. All right, and let me show you what I need you to get out. Let me screen share here a moment. Okay. Don't need that. You need to bring up this direct vocabulary assessment. Okay, it says 20A, and you should have that. And if you notice, it's got directions there to listen to the questions read aloud, and I'm going to read the questions to you, okay? If you think the answer is yes, it says draw a circle around the smiley face. Well, I'm not going to have you draw a circle around it. If you want to, color in the circle, okay? That's easier to grade if you color it in that way. If you think the answer is no, color in the no, the frowny face. So if it's yes, color in the yes. If it's no, color in the no. All right? So I am going to read some questions to you. All right, so let's look at our example. Look at our example. Put your finger on the example page. All right, it says fall. Can you fall while lying down? Think about that. Can you fall while lying down? Mark your answer. Okay, what did you choose? Did you choose yes, you can fall while lying down, or no? You should have chosen no. So if you did not choose no, make sure you erase that yes and mark no, because you can't fall while lying down. All right? So let's look at our next ones. Look at number 1. Number 1 there. Discover. Discover. Can you discover your nose? Yes or no? Can you discover your nose? All right. Number 2, impossible. Is it impossible for people to fly with wings? Is it impossible for people to fly with wings? Yes or no? Number 3, cherish. Can you cherish your mom? Yes or no? Can you cherish your mom? Number 4, wisdom. Is wisdom something rainbows have? Is wisdom something rainbows have? Yes or no? Number 5, observe. Observe. Can you observe people in a store? Can you observe people in a store? Yes or no? Number 6, moral. Moral. Is a moral an animal? Is a moral an animal? Yes or no? Okay, let's go to our next back side there. Number 7, features. Are features part of something? Are features part of something? Yes or no? Number 8, wisdom. Wisdom. Do people have wisdom? Do people have wisdom? Yes or no? Number 9, cherish. Cherish. Do you usually cherish garbage? Cherish. Do you usually cherish garbage? Yes or no? Number 10, discover. Discover. Can you discover new things? Discover. Can you discover new things? Yes or no? Number 11, observe. Observe. Can you observe while you sleep? Can you observe while you sleep? Yes or no? Number 12, impossible. Is it impossible to learn to read? Is it impossible to learn to read? Yes or no? Number 13, features. Features. Are eyes features of a box? Are eyes feature of a box? Yes or no? Number 14, moral. Moral. Do fables have a moral? Yes or no? Yes or no? All right. Now, you've done this little assessment, and I hope you did it all by yourself. Make sure that after you've done the assessment that your name is on it at the top and that you send it in so I can grade it, please. Okay? So let me escape back. So we are done with lesson 20 today for Wit and Wisdom, and I will see you back here tomorrow for lesson 21. Bye, guys.